Hi guys and welcome back. Sean here, Metal Mercs. Just thought I did you a new on the workbench. At the moment I've got quite a few commissions going on, so I thought I'd let's have a look. This one in front of you here, this is for those who probably recognise, we've got Napoleonic French on here. These are front rank figures. They are Fusilier Grenadiers from the Imperial Guard. They come, as I'll show you now, they come in full dress uniform. They're almost done, there's some more highlighting needed, some more metals put on. You can see here they are in, like I say, full dress, these figures. Very smart, very lovely. The majority of the troops here, there's two 24-man units, the majority of the troops here are in the same sort of basic pose, just with the command figures in slightly different. There are some slight angled head variants, but most of the figures, let's see from this one, have their standard grenadier moustaches. The figures need a few more little things doing to them. They'll be based in 6s, and we have a mounted officer here for the 2 battalions. He's on a first corps horse. The chap forgot to send a horse for him, because as you know, with front rank you get the horses separate, but first corps horses fit beautifully well with them as well, so I had a first corps horse, so I put him on that. The horse was oiled. The figures themselves were the figures themselves were originally done with a white undercoat. I put then a white on them to start off with. Then what I do is I put a wash on of like a brown sand washed all over the figures to give them a sort of linen effect. Then I use the same brown sand at the end to line out the white, just to give it some depth and give it that off-white effect. The blue goes on next, and then the other colours, and work your way through black, and then start to highlight up on top, and I always finish with the lining out at the end. So I just thought I'd let you have a quick look at those. There are 2 battalions there, as I've said. They'll be in a showcase very soon. The 2 battalions, I'll do that because I think they're going to look really, really stunning when they're finished. And thanks for watching. Hi guys, we've just moved a little bit further on with these chaps now. I've got them based up on their bases, 6s, 5x4s, the 2 units. I'll just pick some up for you. Here we go, based up nicely. All it needs now is the terrain on the bottom, some tufts and some grass, and quite enjoyed doing these chappies. Keep picking up the ones with the commanders on. Sometimes I think it just looks a little bit nicer. Straighten that chap up. Spin it around. And there we go. So the showcase will be up very soon, and hope you enjoyed. Right guys, and the second thing that I'm working on for commissions at the moment is some English Civil War figures for a friend of mine. As you can see here, I've done it as I always do it. These are lovely figures from mostly Renegade, Redoubt and Bicon, which I think are lovely English Civil War figures. But what is nice is I saw yesterday that the chap from Bloody Miniatures put up a message from Brian with some of his lovely artwork, and I thought it was quite nice that what I can see here is some of the fantastic figures that Brian did when he designed for Renowned Miniatures. And as you can see here, there are some absolutely gorgeous figures. Now the way I have sprayed these figures is these lovely shade of browns. These chaps are all going to be with buff in some description or other, and the rest of it painted. As you know, I put on coats that start off with the main colour I'm going to use on those figures. I'm just holding up some of these beautiful figures that Brian has done. And then these guys at the back here that are in the black, you may well notice as I pick some of them up and show them to you, they are wearing quite heavy armour. So I've done them black. I'll do the armour first on those, then add the colours after that. That's the way I work. I'll put up the next lot because there's quite a large amount in these, but that's my first lot. I'll put up the next lot in a second for you, and you'll see how I work from basic colours. And here guys, here's my second lot of the commission for the English Civil War. The customer has required a lot of variant in colour. He's not considering one whole unit. There's a mass of different types of figures. We've got artillerymen in there as well. So as you can see, what I've gone for is all the base colours of potentially the colour of the coats that I'm going to do the figures. You can see at the back here we've got a medium grey, we've got a dark grey in there, we've got a blue, white, which will be used as the linen. We have a lovely brick red here. Again, some lovely figures that Brian painted. That Brian designed, sorry. All nicely covered and ready. And we've got this really nice chocolate brown that again gives you another variant on the brown. And a nice dull green. That will allow me to build up from those colours. Usually it's the coats that I do. Also the bases I've found to base my figures on to paint was done by a mistake really. You can see here they go the 3M bases. I was after bases for basing figures on, and I came across these on the internet. It seemed very cheap for a large amount of and now these figures are actually bases, sorry, are actually soft plastic or rubber. And what tends to happen is you can't use them for the basing because they stay rubber, but what I've found is using them for painting is fantastic, and I'll show you an example why. They're great for painting on because you can hold them, you can see that, but when you come to needing to remove them, they just come off. All I use is basic general purpose glue on them, and they hold long enough or well enough for painting. They peel off so easy off those bases, so I've found a new use for them by buying them per mistake. And now I think they're fantastic, because I often find when you're trying to get them off the bases that you put on with wood glue or general purpose glue, sometimes you're having to use the scalpel. Well, these just come off dead simple because the rubber, with it bending slightly, it lets the glue go when you twist it like that, and there you go. They're off, they're ready to go off or ready to get rebased properly, and you might not chip away at a base trying to get them off with a scalpel. Okay, well there you go guys, that was just a quick update from me. Hope you enjoyed.